The three stages of human growth: camel, lion, and child. Friedrich Nietzsche said that man is not a big bridge, meaning that humans, after going through a long evolutionary process, have to continue growing beyond this stage. This is captured by the phrase, being is becoming, which means that the purpose of life or existence is not just to remain here, but to move forward. This philosopher speaks of a Superman, which you might have heard of, and describes the three stages humans must go through to become such a Superman. He says these stages help one strengthen their spirit and essence. These stages are named camel, lion, and child. Now, you might wonder why these names were chosen. We'll explain that later, but the utility of this concept in life is to help answer questions like, what is the point of criticism? What is gained by thinking differently from others? What benefit comes from rejecting the majority view or criticizing everything? The answer to these questions lies in understanding these three stages. Let's start with the first stage, camel. Before this stage, a person is typically someone who prefers to live a safe, routine life, forgetting that growth ends where safety begins. Today, in society, everyone seeks comfort and entertainment. People avoid taking risks, and bravery is often seen as undesirable. Many want to become just a cog in the bureaucratic machine. This is the worst stage for humanity because if we only live to be comfortable, without taking risks or seeking growth, we miss the point of evolution. The camel stage begins when a person decides to leave behind their comfort zone and face the hardships of life. In this stage, the person starts accepting suffering. Many people try to escape their problems or bury them in the unconscious, hoping that they will not resurface. However, they always do. The camel stage teaches us that suffering must be faced, and the burden of life must be embraced. This is the first step in personal growth. The camel metaphor refers to a person who, like a camel, is willing to carry heavy burdens, face difficulties without protest, and simply accept them. This is where bravery begins. One learns to face hardships head-on and learns about themselves through suffering, which is essential for self-actualization. Nietzsche, the philosopher, said, "You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. Without burning the old version of yourself, you cannot create a new one." Once you have passed through the camel stage, you move to the second stage, the lion. The lion stage represents bravery and the rejection of external moralities. Nietzsche metaphorically describes the lion as a creature that will fight against all moral codes, norms, and ideologies imposed on it. The lion's fight is against the moral dragon, which represents these external moral values. Nietzsche calls this process revaluation of all morals, urging that you should critically evaluate the moral values imposed on you. It is not just about carrying burdens or enduring suffering anymore, but about confronting and rejecting the pre-existing norms. In the lion stage, a person begins to claim their personal freedom and starts rejecting the influence of others. This stage is about self-assertion, learning to take control of your own life and choices. After passing through the lion stage, a person enters the final stage, the child. This is the stage of creation. After rejecting the old values and fighting for freedom, the child is the stage where new values and new ways of thinking are born. A child is innocent and full of potential for a fresh beginning. They destroy old things, not out of hatred, but because they desire to create something new. The child stage is where you begin to craft your own values, your own world. This is where new ideas and possibilities emerge. A child creates and destroys not because they are destructive, but because creating is part of their nature. Now, looking at these three stages, you must ask yourself, are you truly experiencing these stages in your life? Are you ready to face suffering like the camel, challenge established values like the lion, and create new possibilities like the child? If not, it means you haven't started growing yet. You may still be stuck in the safety and comfort of your routine, too afraid to embrace the difficult journey of personal growth. The most important lesson here is that growth begins when you face suffering, question what you've been taught, and create your own values. Until you do this, you will remain dependent on the systems and norms that are imposed on you. True freedom comes when you reject the comfort zone and embrace the hard path of self-actualization, as Nietzsche's philosophy suggests. This journey requires the courage to challenge the existing order, to say no when necessary, and to create something new out of your own authentic essence. Freedom, though terrifying to some, is the ultimate form of empowerment. In the end, the path to becoming your true self passes through these three stages: accepting suffering, challenging old values, and creating new ones. Please like and subscribe for more such videos.